states are still receiving allocation, including local government. In my community, for example, they got nothing less than, I think in August, it was about 330 million naira that was released from the Federation's account for one single local government. I have a sole administrator who said he received 92 million naira allocation in a particular month, 2 months ago. And they still get this allocation every month. My point is, I look into the street and the environment, I don't see that money. So where the money going? So sometimes we actually also blame the president all the time. But the reality is that every tiers of government, including security, look at it, we're reading about state governors buying 25 jeeps and 30 jeeps, and the people are saying, what is the priority of the government at the moment? Why are we doing that? You know, how does that actually put food on the table of an average Nigerian in a particular period like this?
So what should we be doing in 2017 as citizens?
We should be creating more jobs. They're doing a lot. For example, I know that the president and the vice president's office are doing a lot. For example, the Empower Project.
Nigerians don't believe that.
Yes, because Nigeria's situation is very complex. You know, I was at a gallery yesterday looking at art, you know, the arts about the Niger Delta, and I saw all the, the farm refineries there. And I'm saying, why can't our government channel that energy and work with this guy, rehabilitate? So actually, instead of exporting our fuel to go to China, wherever it is, crude to come back here as fuel, why can't we begin to develop that? Agriculture is actually taking off. People are looking into agriculture a lot. Look at what we've done in Lagos with our lake rice and, Lagos and Kebbi. That was a fantastic innovation. Government must be that never happened in Nigeria before. So there must be innovation in governance. Yeah. Leaders must begin to look at how to start thinking out of the box. Yeah. That is what we need.
Okay, let's move on from that now. 2017 is just a week away. I mean, there's a lot of expectations. It looks like the last year for the Buhari administration to sort of make an impact and for Nigerians to decide on what will happen in the next elections. But that's still by the way. Let's move on now to, speaking of government now, someone who came back into the news last week, a former governor of Delta State, James Ibori, was released from prison in the UK. And it was quite interesting, the reaction. People were disappointed that people were celebrating. People were celebrating and wondering why people were not celebrating with them. It was all of these emotions going all over the place. But the point is that he's out of prison. But I think there's still another trial that he's going to go on.
That's on assets for confiscation.
So he might be going back. We don't know what the situation with that one will be. But he's out now. Yeah. And it was quite.
I think to clarify that, the airing is not about him going back. Actually, it's about what they take and what they don't take. That's what I think is left. So it's not necessarily going back, but they want to know what part of the asset they get collecting and what it's not, and then it's deportation. Is it going to come here of his own free will, or is it going to be deported legally by the government? Put on a plane and all that. Yeah. But whatever it is, when Ibori lands in Nigeria, it's still going to be celebrated. Now, let me tell you the reason why this is. We are in a country and economy where poverty has thrived so much. So when somebody does something, no matter how good or no matter how small or how little, because out of many he has done something, he becomes extraordinary and is celebrated. I speak to a lot of people, from that region over the last few days, and they're like, you know what? No governor has come out of Delta State that has done what Ibori had done. He built better roads. He's done a lot, even more than what happened at Akwa Ibom. That no governor has come out of Delta State and has outshined Ibori in terms of development. Now, this is the point. An average man sees the fact that, and that's why, Fayose will keep surprising Nigerians, because we'll keep looking at him and saying that it's too grassroots. He's going and eating the corn on this stuff and doing all those things he's doing. But the point is, that's what is connected to the people. And democracy is moving beyond just, the charade of power to the people, the grassroots. And that's what happened to Trump. The ordinary Americans could connect with his message. And they feel him. So people think that, are you insane? Why would you support Donald Trump to become president? And this guy is saying, it connects with us. And that's what Ibori has. It's connected with the grassroots in the South, in particular in Delta State. They've seen him. He's dined with them. He's done a lot for them. So that's what they're celebrating. Not necessarily the fact that, he's had these things. And people also don't believe that, in particular, those people don't believe that, all those things that they just see him as a scapegoat for, some things that he had done. You understand? So,
are you surprised at how influential he has been in all of this? I mean, we still hear stories of him installing governors.
A Senate president.
And installing a Senate president. I mean, we've heard all of these stories and people wonder if it's actually true. But even if it's true or not, the fact that these stories are around, there must be are you surprised at how influential he still is? I mean, the senator went to celebrate with him when he was out.
This is the point. In Nigeria, anything is possible. I know of a deputy governor who was in prison and got elected a senator in Nigeria. You understand? So people have been in prison and have been elected into positions here. So it's not surprising. It's system. And that's why, you know, to the glory of God, a leader in the Southwest will forever be celebrated because he has been able to do a lot of stuff. That's why people say that Ibori is the Jagaban of the South. And that's for every generation, there's always that person that comes and is able to influence. And it's about leadership. So, you know, it's not about position. Leadership is actually not about position that you hold. It's about how you're able to influence your people. And that's what Ibori has as an advantage. It doesn't make him a saint. It doesn't make him a good man. You know, but the fact is that he has leadership skills that he's been able to, you know, practice and influence his people. Yeah. Now, when we now talk about his righteousness or his sainthood, that's a lot of things to question. His integrity, of course, you know, that's a lot of things to question. But his impact on his people, you can't take that away from him.
What do you think is going to happen now if he eventually comes back? I mean, we heard he was even getting his pension in prison. I don't know about the legality of that. That's another topic. But what do you think is going to happen if he eventually comes back?
I believe that if he comes back to Nigeria, it's going to also change the dynamics of 2019 election.
Can he run for office? He can't, obviously.
He can't, but you don't have to run for office to be able to be influential. The person who installed the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today, not installed, who sold Buhari to Nigeria, is not in office. Of course, you know what is going through is not, you know, it's been said over and over again that it's not fair how he's been treated, which is a very plain thing. But he's not running for office, and that's the next level of leadership.
Do you think he's going to go back to the PDP? Is that PDP's new lifeline?
Ibori would be a major stakeholder in the Progressive
Party. Or a new party, maybe?
I think he will go back to the PDP because it's been a very strong force. Even in Delta, all his people have been the one running the other part of the PDP. They hold the PDP. He might be the new superpower in the PDP.
That will be interesting to watch. I mean, we'll have a lot to talk about, but we'll have to take a break now. Thank you very much, dear Daya, for being here. Merry Christmas, my regards to the family.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you guys in a moment. Please stay with us.